What is the impact of ignoring a doctor's advice on an auto accident claim? Attorney Stuart Casper says, there are a couple of legal standards that apply here. One of them is the obligation to mitigate damages. This means that a person making a claim for personal injuries has the obligation to follow reasonable medical advice in order to maximize recovery. It is a burden that ultimately has to be proven by the defense at trial. If the medical record reflect failed to show for an appointment, failed to follow up, failed to go for a test, or failed to follow a recommendation, you can count on an effort to prove the failure to mitigate damages. That burden is not necessarily easily proven, but it can be, and it can really deflate the value of a case. The failure to follow reasonable medical advice suggests that you are not really hurt, or that you're faking or exaggerating. The failure to mitigate damages can create a significant credibility problem for anyone pursuing an injury claim. It is another legal concept that could indicate that you will not be believed or the strength of your case will be diminished. Another concept is just the concept of who has got the burden of proof for the injury. And there are circumstances where a doctor or even your lawyer will say, you really need to be seen by a specialist, and if you do not do that, the case can get into a lot of trouble. There may be important proof that cannot be generated because the proof of an injury has to come from a healthcare provider, and that will diminish or weaken the case. There are a lot of moving parts and a lot of reasons that following reasonable medical advice and following your lawyer's advice become very important. I have run into circumstances such as this in trials. You can get physicians to testify about various treatment options, but if an injured person does not even explore those options, then it is very hard to prove a case for what is reasonable and what may not be reasonable medical advice. For a free phone consultation, contact Attorney Stuart Casper in Stamford, Connecticut at 203-325-8600 or visit his website at www.casperdetoledo.com.